I have a question for you. When you go to do what we call visualizing, are you visualizing the right way? There's a key component in visualizing that many people don't know of that has to be included when you go and you do your visualizations on a daily basis or a weekly basis, however often you do them. My name is Chad Reynolds. I am a success coach with Unlock Wealth Consulting, here to help you manifest your dreams. And in this video, let's talk about the word visualize, and let's see if you're doing it correctly. So please stay tuned and enjoy the video. Let's talk today about the word visualize. So when you visualize something, are you doing it correctly? Do you know that visualizing has to create a feeling? Because without the feeling, the visualization is absolutely kind of no good, because it's the feeling that is going to invoke the law of attraction. It's the feeling when visualizing that gives us what we want. So the saying, if you can hold it in your head, you can hold it in your mind. Thoughts become things. So I'm going to teach you a step today about visualizing that you can try at home on your own time, and it might help you get the feeling of what you're visualizing. Because sometimes, or actually most of the time, when we visualize something, we're visualizing something that hasn't happened yet. We have not experienced it. Therefore, how do I get a feeling of it? Now, I can get a feeling of it how I think it might make me feel, but is that the feeling you're going to get if you haven't experienced it? Probably not. We have to kind of guesstimate at what it would be like, what it would feel like, because we haven't experienced it. It's like when somebody tries to tell you how to parent your kids and they have no kids. Well, they haven't experienced having kids, so how are they going to give you advice on raising kids when they haven't yet experienced it? Another good example is I'm an alcoholic for 13 years. When I was going through AA, one of the things that was always mandatory in meetings was, if you did not identify as an alcoholic, you could not share with the group at the meeting. That was because they wanted people who have been through it to share their experience, strength, and hope. How it was, how it is now. That's what they wanted. A lot of people will try to push on you what they think you might feel. Therefore, they haven't felt it before. So if something you can try to do is this. I want you to sit and I want you to think of something that happened in your past. Now, we all have stuff that's happened good in our past, and I know there's a lot of people who have stuff that have happened bad. I'm one of those people. But just think of something good. Maybe your first car. Straight A's on your report card, I don't know, a new job, a house, your first kid, something along the lines that made you feel good that you can remember. And I want you to take that and I want you to hold that in your head for a minute and create the feeling. How did that make you feel when it happens? Well, recreate that feeling inside of you. And at the same time, I want you to, not the same time, but as you get that feeling in you, and as you start to feel it, I want you to think of something that you want. Now, this could be something big or small. It doesn't matter. If it's early stages of doing this, you might want to think of something smaller. If that's up to you. But get an image of that. Now you have that feeling in you of feeling good about something. And now you have the image of what you want. And hook those two up and try to concentrate. Abraham Hicks always had the 17-second rule. If you can hold a thought on the screen of your mind for 17 seconds, a like-minded thought would follow. Now you can take that and use that with the feeling. Neville Goddard says feeling is the secret. A lot of people will tell you feeling is everything. Our belief system creates the feeling that invokes the law of attraction. That's what we get back to us. So we want to get the feeling of what we want, get the feeling of something that makes us feel good, and then hook up to it something that we want. And use both those. Hold them on the screen of your mind. Visualize what it would feel like. So visualize what it would feel like, but you're already feeling something inside of you that's good, not negative. And hook those up and try to visualize. Do that once, twice a day. Just take 5 minutes out and visualize what you want. But it's just not good enough just to visualize it and that's it with no feeling. You want to create the feeling or recreate a feeling in you when you're visualizing. Close your eyes. Meditation is a good way to do it. There's all kinds of different ways, but the main goal is to get the image of what we want up here and hook it up to a feeling that made us feel good. Now, if you think of something that made you feel bad, of course, you're going to be hooking up something you want to a bad feeling. That's not going to work. You don't want that. You want the good feeling. So think of something that made you feel good, hook up to it something you want, and go from there. Try to hold that thought on the screen of your mind. Try to keep that feeling of feeling good as long as you can. Now, if you're going through the day and something bad happens, say at work or something in your day happens to you, stop for a minute, take 5 minutes, and think of that thing that made you feel good in your past and hook up to it again what your thought is. Even if you just do it every once in a while, it just doesn't last that long. You've done a pattern interrupt in something in your day. Because it's what happens in your day when something bad happens or something that you're not happy with or makes you kind of irritated, that's going to start to fester. And it's over and over again. So you're using the 17-second Abraham Hicks rule the wrong way, and you don't even know you're doing it. You're holding something on the screen in your mind, and another like-minded thought would follow. That's why if you think that person did me wrong or did wrong, 2 hours later, you had a list of 2 things they did. Now you have a list of 20 in your head of why that person is such a jerk or why they've done you wrong. So I want you to try to work on that. If it helps you, please leave a comment below. If this video did something for you, please like the video, share it. The more you share it, the more it gets out to people. Subscribe to my channel. And like I always do, I'll leave a link below. You can download top 10 things that I suggest you can start doing today. That's not going to cost you a nickel. You can start doing them. You can influx those in your life along with all the tips I give you. I'm sure you guys will do great, and you guys have a fantastic one, and thank you for watching.